Dark Knight's Death Metal issue 4 heads to Earth, where all-out war has broken out, and right in the middle of it is Sergeant Rock, or what's left of him. The zombie tells us that we're in the thick of it now as he is picked up, telling us to keep our eyes on the battle, wanting to compare intel since we've been gone from him for a long while. Rock remembers how the heroes all split off into groups to go on their separate missions, with the Trinity heading to the major crises to capture Perpetua's energy to give to Wally West. Ambush Bug quiets Rock, prompting the corpse to get back into the battle, knowing that the worlds the Trinity expected to find weren't the right ones at all. At the Crisis on Infinite Earths, Batman is engulfed in the white energy that is the Anti-Monitor, trying to contact Superman and Wonder Woman since these worlds aren't the right ones. Anti-Monitor knows that Batman was going to say that these are the worlds they lost on, and he would be right since the villain won long ago. Batman tries to reason with him, but the young Anti-Monitor reveals that he is indeed the real Mobius, and this is as real as it gets. Superman meanwhile is subdued by his evil multiversal counterparts as Darkseid tells him he now controls the anti-life and everything that breathes belongs to him, and should he wish to speak, Superman must kneel. Superman is shocked to learn that this is indeed the real Darkseid, and the being confirms that by his perception he is, and he entered this world only months ago, but in this Earth he has been ruling for eons, and he is an old god whose sole task is to secure this reality. Clark tries to convince Darkseid that there's still time to defeat Perpetua, and it's not over, but Darkseid says it is, since it all ends with Superman submerged in the fire pit, where he'll emerge as his final son. Clark refuses as he is taken towards the burning House of El symbol. Wonder Woman meanwhile awakens strapped to a crisis antenna next to the corpse of Alexander Luthor, who the arriving Superboy tells her to say hello to. Wonder Woman says that all the villain has created here is a lie, but the boy says that it was a dream of what should have been, and it will be again. Wonder Woman tries to get him to listen, but Prime tells her it's time she listened, booting up a Fortress view screen and telling her to listen to his world like he listened to hers. He tells her he listened for years and he heard the people sing of fear and anger, the ugliest music in the universe. So now he will show her his world, where the people are all happy and faithful, all because their heroes have goodness and that inspires the people. Diana knows that whatever the Batman Who Laughs promised him is a lie, but Prime reveals that he went to the villain when they broke the Source Wall, since he saw the chaos coming. So he sought out the Batman Who Laughs to ensure that there will be one world where heroes remained, and he was the one who made the promises, and all they have to do was give the Batman Who Laughs Wonder Woman. In the land of Gotham, the Flash has outrun the Darkest Knight, but the Speed Force is running out, which both Barry and Jay can feel. Barry tells Wally that time is running out and he needs to contact the Castle Bat team so they can redirect their crisis energy into the Mobius chair. Wally says that he's trying, contacting Jaro, who currently is being carried away by Harley as Swamp Thing holds back the Robin King, who smashes through the wall as Jaro hears Wally's faint voice. Robin King brings what's left of Jonah Hex, telling the heroes they forgot something. Harley wants him to let Hex go since there's nothing left for him to hurt, but the King knows that's not the truth, producing a knife forged by Neron, which when a sinner is stabbed by, it sends them straight to Masak Mavdil, the lowest pit of hell. Hex tells Harley that it's okay and they need to run as the Goblin King stabs him in the head, finally killing Jonah Hex and turning him completely to dust. Enraged, Harley rushes the King, but Jaro grabs her with his powers, causing the Robin King to reveal the hammer that his Harley tried to kill him with, saying he's got a theory about why she uses these things, telling her that he has seen a lot of the dark multiverse and the heroes' fears take the form of evil versions of themselves, and in Construct, villains take on the form of good versions of themselves. He wonders why he never saw a Harley Quinn who laughs, knowing Harleen's parents named her as such since Harley Quinn started out meaning a minion of the devil. So the villain thinks that she uses hammers to bash that truth away, since deep down she is much more evil than the Joker. Swamp Thing tells Jaro to release Harley as he brings the tunnel down between them all. Alec asks if Jaro can feel the Trinity, but Jaro can only feel the Alfred boxes, but they don't seem to be moving anywhere, wondering what the hell is going on below them. Superboy Prime meanwhile powers up his antenna, telling Diana that she is the one who did this since she left Wally exposed so the Darkest Knight can kill the only threat to him, and she sent the lanterns to dismantle the other antenna and stop the power flowing to Perpetua, and she was the one who gave the Darkest Knight everything he needed, whereas Prime did nothing than what he has always been doing, which is watching and waiting for her and her friends to fail, and now they have, since all of the Alfred boxes will be destroyed and the crisis energy will be directed into the Darkest Knight, and he will make their world real and lasting. disgusting. Diana says that he cannot empower that monster, but Prime calls her and her friends monsters, saying as a boy he felt so lucky to get to walk the earth and live in the shadows of where they were, since they fought bad guys and they won and it was simple. But then they all changed, and now his purpose is to guard the essence of what they were and what they are supposed to be. Prime proclaims that he is saving Wonder Woman, and making a deal with the devil is the only way he could do it. Batman meanwhile is undone by the Anti-Monitor, who says once he has wiped Batman from all of existence, he will finally devolve and all will be still. The hero is reduced to nothing as the Anti-Monitor's Alfred box soon shatters. Superman meanwhile is thrown into the fire pit, pleading with Darkseid to stop it as his Alfred box is crushed between Darkseid's fingers. Superboy Prime's antenna meanwhile is powered up, targeting the Batman who laughs as Wonder Woman says the villain is right and the world isn't what it used to be, but that's because the only constant in life is change, and being alive is being part of a system that is always changing and moving, and they need to accept it. She knows while they look different and their challenges may be darker, there is still hope. She wants the villain to picture a multiverse where all worlds exist within an infinite multiverse, and he can have a world like this, but it won't be alone since there will be room for all, and one doesn't have to win over the other, and they can all win together. Diana frees herself from the machine, telling Prime that this is the real dream as Prime smashes her against the fortress. The countdown on the antenna reaches 0, ready to fire as the Anti-Monitor and Darkseid tell Prime to do it, but Wonder Woman tells him that he can stop all of this since he once shattered reality with one punch, so now he can shatter the antenna and undo all of these worlds and funnel the energy into Wally West. Prime says that she talks about endless multiverses, but that means another world could destroy theirs and nothing would be safe, and this would all just be a shot in the dark, but Wonder Woman knows that that's all that's needed, and Superman is a shot in the dark himself. Prime powers up his fist, slamming it into the antenna and shattering it, freeing the Trinity and the Crisis energy. The Crisis worlds are all destroyed as the Trinity, accompanied by Superboy Prime, head back to Earth Zero, telling Jaro that they have Prime with them. Jaro tells them to hustle, so Superboy Prime redirects the Crisis energy to Wally as they slam into Earth. Finding Wally has retrieved the Mobius chair. Wally, however, doesn't think it's worked as the Darkest Knight says before he found them in Gotham, he rigged the Mobius chair, redirecting all its power into him. He tells the heroes that they have given him everything he needs to remake the multiverse in his own image, wanting to be the first to welcome the gathered heroes into the last 52. Dark Knight's Death Metal issue 4 was another fantastic installment in Scott Snyder's epic that saw the heroes fail again and the Darkest Knight come out on top yet again. Absolutely the highlight of this issue was Wonder Woman's conversation with Superboy Prime, as Scott Snyder perfectly understands Prime's character, showcasing him as a gatekeeping piece of shit fanboy, something that he's always been and always will be since he's so against change. Diana talking about how the multiverse is always changing also echoes what I have been saying about the DCU for the longest time, when people get mad with certain changes happening from Rebirth, New 52, Superboy growing up. Changes like that always happen all the time, but it always ends up finding its way back, and there's room for everything. And I don't think a lot of people realize that, and hopefully this will be sort of an eye-opener for a lot of people. I'm looking forward to exploring the worlds the Darkest Knight will create in the last 52, especially in the upcoming tie-ins, as well as maybe Superboy Prime going on a redemption arc that's kind of hinted at here with him teaming up with the heroes, and we're still not sure whether that's just like a teaming up just because he knows they can win and he wants to just be on the winning side, or this is maybe him finding that hope again in these heroes. Really looking forward to finding out more about that as we head into the back half of this event. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10.